Welcome to 843 TV. We are excited today to bring the show to you from the beautiful campus of Bridges Preparatory School located on Robert Smalls Parkway. Today we're going to be talking with Gary McCulloch, who is the CEO of this wonderful facility. We're going to be talking about the vision and growth coming up in the future, and you don't want to miss it. So stay right here for this episode of 843 TV, where communities come to speak.
.843 TV, where the Lowcountry comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. I am so excited to be here at Bridges Prep School with Gary McCulloch, who has now an increased role here. Gary, so good to see you today, and I know we have a lot to share. So let's start with your new role here.
Sure. Great to see you, Lisa. It's been, quite a long time, and it's great to feel a little bit of normalcy here in the school again. Yeah, my role has changed. We've changed the title from head of school to chief executive officer, and that is like a superintendent of the school. We have such a supportive board, and I work directly for our board, and it's in a role that's all encompassing. And what you'll be able to even see behind us while we're in our media center is all of this construction, and there is such a huge role in the construction of our buildings also, but it's the every day-to-day process of this growing and exciting school of Bridges Preparatory.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about that growth coming up here in a few minutes, but let's start with this. New school year, new role for you, and boom, pandemic.
Yeah.
Let's walk us through the steps you've taken to reopen safely.
Yeah. So you normally do a lot of planning going into a school year, and this has been a year like no other. I've never had to plan during a pandemic, and it's so important that you listen to your school community when you're planning to reopen. And I think that's what Bridges Preparatory School did really well. We had focus groups. Those began in June. We sent surveys because it's really important that, one, we have our kids in school, but we focus on our safe and caring environment, and that was our priority in opening. So we looked at how COVID-19 spreads. And it spreads through airborne and also touch. So we looked at how we can make this building the safest building in Beaufort County. And what we did is we hired Carolina Sanitizing. That's MicroShield 360, and that is it's a surface sprayer that they use in the Cleveland Browns dressing room, and they use in their facilities. And they've used these for the flu-based symptoms, and then also other diseases, just so that topical surfaces are certainly covered. And it's like little microscopic swords that you have that are on that touch surface, and it destroys those particles mechanically. We also have GPS units that are in our overhead handlers, and those attach to any airborne spores and suck them into the handlers.
Wow.
So in doing that, that's our safe and caring environment. Then we also want to look at the efficacy of learning. So we prioritize our elementary kids. We brought them back first. We had K-5 beginning on August the 12th. We did that for 2 weeks. Then we moved into our grades 6 through 8, and then we moved into 9 through 12. We wanted to gradually bring our kids back just in case we had a spike in the environment. As you can see, today is Wednesday. We shut down every single Wednesday, and we do a deep clean of both of the campuses. This certainly supports all of our students and then also our teachers, knowing that on Thursday they come back to that really clean environment. So you can also see that we have all of the touch soap areas. We have all the sanitizers. We have masks for all of our students also. It is so important to listen to the community and make sure that we reopen in the safest manner possible. We had in quarter one, 282 students that were full virtual. And now in quarter two, we only have 90 students left that are virtual. So students are gradually returning back to the school now that they know it's a safe
Let me ask you a little bit more about that. So you gave the parents the choice to go virtual and then also the choice to change that as things progressed.
Yes. So parents were to elect per quarter, just so that we can plan for
Sure,
our
of course.
students. So when you elect for the quarter, you are committing to staying virtual for that first quarter, and then 2 weeks prior to the second quarter starting, then we had our parent election again. And the numbers went down because a lot of our parents were also looking in on our synchronous learning. And that's another area that we've done is we have a camera that is a wide angle lens and it picks up all of our students and also our teachers. So if I'm sitting at home, I feel like I'm a part of that environment.
Great.
And when parents were seeing that and they saw how serious we were about the measures that we were implementing, they made sure they made an educated decision in returning their kids to school.
Well, that sounds like their comfort level was gained by seeing how great everything was going, and now you're showing the results. So talk about what would we see if we were in the hallway during the day here? How would that work?
Yeah, so it's really important to look at the CDC guidelines and stagger your student populations so that you don't have a lot of students in your hallway at one time. So that is why we have an elementary beginning and end time, we have a middle school beginning and end time, and we also have a high school beginning and end time. And all of their change of classes are on completely different schedules. So we minimize the number of kids that are inside of our classrooms. We see a whole load of lockers all the way around both of our middle school and also high school campus. There's no locker use this year. We don't want our students to be congregating in areas that then, we struggle to contain the spread.
Yes, that lends itself to those environments that we know
Yes.
contributes to the spread.
Yes.
Sounds like you're doing a great job, and the
Yes.
place looks great, of course. And so
you.
we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and talk with Gary about the vision that he has for the future of Bridges Prep. So stay right here. We'll be back with more 843 TV.